All right. What do sharks say when something radical happens? Jawsome. So, Unit 4.2, the Indus Valley Civilization. In this activity, the learning goals are listed here. We're learning how to identify how the people of ancient India met their physical needs by using the earth to build their homes, right? So meeting their basic needs. Shelter is one of the basic needs, right? We are learning to outline how the people of ancient India met their social needs by building sewage systems in their cities. We're also learning how to identify the technological advances made by the ancient Indians. For example, their city planning, their architecture, and the methods they used to build their homes in their cities. So by the end of this activity, you'll learn about those things, the cities of Indus Valley, and there's no AWL in this particular activity. Right? So keep your mind on the learning goals as we go through this. Okay, so you need to go here, read this, and then also watch the video and answer these questions. And then there's a comparison. We're going to compare a Greek city to that of an Indus Valley or an ancient Indian city to look for some differences. All right, and then there is a activity that you can do online that gives you sort of a tour of Mohenjo-Daro, which is an ancient city in the Indus Valley in ancient India. Okay, so make sure you read all the information, and if you finish this activity, try the Indus Trader game, which is in this section here. It's in here. Okay. Here are a couple other videos to give you some more information that you could use in your timeline assignment and perhaps your city planning assignment at the end of the unit. So let's go through here and look at this reading. Okay, so the Indus Valley Civilization. You can see the map here. It says the sites of Harappan civilization. Another way to say the first civilizations of ancient India is the Harappan civilization, or the Harappan people. And you can see right in here along the Indus River is this civilization we called the Indus Valley Civilization, or the Harappan civilization. You can see here all these little dots are cities. Okay, the main ones are Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. And you can see the area map here of where we are in India. Okay, Japan being way over here. So let's go. The Indus Valley Civilization is a mysteried archaeologist. It began in about 2500 BCE and lasted for about 1,000 years before vanishing. The civilization that developed in the Indus Valley was similar to the civilizations of Mesopotamia and Egypt. There was, however, a unique difference. The cities of the Indus Valley were designed for the comfort of the common people, not for the glory of kings. So in ancient Egypt, these large structures, the temples and the pyramids, for example, were built to glorify the leader, to make him or her look better and to make him or her look like a god, basically. However, in the Indus Valley, people were more concerned about their own comfort, and so they planned their cities accordingly. Okay, so let's continue. The Indus Valley Civilization must have had engineers and town planners. Every town is laid out in straight lines. The towns must have been designed before they were built. All houses were 2 stories tall with flat roofs. 2 stories means there were 2 floors. All houses were the same inside. The cities of the Indus Valley, or the Indus Civilization, even had sewage systems. So we talked about that being one of our learning goals. how they met their social needs by creating sewage systems. And why social needs? Well, if you don't have sewage systems, it's pretty socially awkward if everything's kind of going maybe just out on the street or near kind of where you're sleeping. It's kind of gross, and that goes against sort of social norms. Okay, so the people of the Indus Valley were very good farmers. They grew barley, peas, melon, wheat, and dates. Each town had a large storage building for grain, like wheat or barley or, okay. The people in the Indus Valley were also the first to grow cotton and make it into clothing. Cotton is what we often sleep on our bed sheets or in our t-shirts or things like this. The people also had many domesticated animals. They had herds of cattle, sheep, pigs, and water buffalo. They even kept cats and dogs, so domesticated cats and dogs. Okay, so here are some some questions for you to answer based on that. These questions are from the last reading, actually. Just review of the last reading, so make sure you can answer those. But for this particular reading, these are the questions, okay? Keep in mind the learning goals here, okay? Your success criteria is if you can answer these questions, all right? So then, after you finish with the questions, let's look at, well, I guess while you're doing the questions, you're going to look at this, because it has to do with the planning that the ancient people of India did. Have a look here. Okay, the city on the left is a top view of the ancient Indus city known as Mohenjo-daro. Note that the streets are in a grid pattern and that the map includes lines showing the topography of the region. What are the main differences between this map and that of Athens on the right? So this is Athens in Greece. Make a compare and contrast table showing the differences. So basically you're just going to make a T-chart. One on the left is Mohenjo-daro and one on the right is Athens. Okay, or you could even make a Venn diagram. But basically I want you to compare the two cities. So look at this one, and you can note, you see that there's straight lines here. Okay, straight lines all through here. But then look over here at Athens. What do you see different about the way they built this city? All right, do you see the same sort of grid pattern here? Okay, so use that information to help you plan your city when you do your city planning assignment. When you build your city, your ancient city of ancient India, and use it to help you answer some of these questions. Okay, I guess we could add on to here, it's not part of this reading, but I want you to compare the two cities there by making a Venn diagram or a T-chart in addition to answering these questions. So also make a T-chart comparing the cities Mohenjo-daro and Athens, Greece. Okay, so do that after you finish the questions or while you're doing the questions, and then continue right here. All right, you're going to go down to here, land of the Indus. Here's a nice little timeline, by the way. And then you go down to the Professor Indus game, right here. Click on that, and you can start this. All right. After you finish doing that, of course you can read any of this information on here. There's an Indus Trader game, all right, as well. But I'd like you to focus on using this information to help you with your timeline and your final assignment, okay? Keeping in mind all these learning goals. Thank you.